Welcome everyone to another edition of the Real Pill Chauvinist Show. I'm your braggadocious, your very humble host, the Real Pill Chauvinist.
I want to send a special shout out to all the content creators who are secretly watching me. If you put a like, respect. But to them dudes who don't put no like, content creators put no likes, no comments in my videos. Shout out to y'all, cause I know you guys are watching.
Moving on, shout out to everybody who support me on my day ones. Anybody new to the channel, appreciate you for coming to the channel. Make sure you sub so you get this fire every time it comes out. Now the past, present, future series in my channel basically explains how the past, the present, and the future are all the same, are all in one. Let's use this video. This video is gonna go past 5 minutes. So as of right now, the 5-minute mark is in the future, right? When you hit that same 5-minute mark, when it actually hit 5 minutes on the video, that means that 5-minute mark went from the future and it's now in your present. Now, when you continue watching this episode and you reach, minute 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then Mark 5 is now in the past.
But my question is, did the Mark 5 ever change position? No, it's only time that changed its title, but it remained the same. You are that 5-minute mark.
Basically, you are the person you were in the past and you are the person you are in the future. Let me use me for example.
The person you're seeing in the video right now on your screen used to be my future self. Now it's my present self. But 20 minutes from now, this person you're seeing in front of you right now is gonna be my past self. I'm still the same person. Because if you realize that the past, present, and the future all occur at the same time, you'll realize that you can actually change your future in the present.
The only thing that's unchangeable is the past, which is what brings me into this episode. Your past is the only thing that you can't change. It's static, it's unmovable. But for some reason, I find that a lot of people find themselves talking about and thinking about the past as opposed to thinking about and talking about the future. Past, present, future, all at the same time, all occurring at the same time. So when it comes to your mindset, you should always be present because the present is a gift. When it comes to your focus, you should definitely be focused on the present. How much of your focus should be focused on the present? I say 50%. 40% on the future. Okay, remember the future is also in the present, but it's just different title right now. You understand? That last 10%, we can look back in the past. Remember some lessons that we learned or self-reflect so that we can get to the lesson that needed to be learned from the past. But the main thing I want to emphasize is, aside from being present, focusing on the present 50% of the time, you should not spend any more time thinking about the past than you do your future. Do not think or talk more about the past than you do your future.
You can't do nothing about this right here. That's done. That's cement. In the present, you got the water and the powder to form the whatever statue or building you want to build in your future. That's right now.
Stop focusing on the past.
Talk about, in high school this happening. When I was a kid, my mama did this to me. My daddy was never there.
After some time, this is what we're talking about, right? After some time, you should be able to get not over the trauma, but through the trauma, okay? Get through your trauma so you can focus 50% of your time on the present and 40% on your future. Understand that the present is where life is lived. Live life live. Live is in the present. That 40% is how you can live your life to the fullest. A life fully lived. I was talking to somebody around here. I'm out the country right now, but I was talking to a young cat, and I was basically telling him, like, if you want to get far in this world, if you want to win, you can't think like a normal person. I said, yo, I'm crazy. He said, what you mean? I said, not in a psychological sense. I'm crazy in the sense that I don't think like the normal person. So to live a full life, you can't think like the norm. You got to think outside the box. You understand? And to be able to think outside the box, you got to think futuristically. You can't just be going with the fad or with the trend. I mean, if you're going with the trend, that means you're behind. You understand me? Think about the future, because that's where the life is fully lived. If you just living in the present, if you strictly living in the present, like you take my advice, like, all right, RPC, I'm not looking at the past, I'm living in the present. That's cool, but you're just going to be like this the whole time. But when you focus on the future, you can say, you know what? Nah, hold on. Let me make this move right here, and then make this move right here, so that by the time I get to that point, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be in a different tier. When I talk about present, past, and future, what I really want to focus on is the difference between reminiscing, past, versus foretelling, future. A lot of people like to reminisce. Like, for example, I went to a friend of mine's house, and a mutual friend of ours came to visit also. And we all, actually the mutual friend that came, I actually went to high school with that person. So we talking, we all having a good time, whatever, just chilling, you know, whatever. And the mutual friend who I went to high school with starts talking about, hey, have you heard this or seen this person and that person? And I'm hearing this person's doing that. I'm like,
Yo, them people you talking about? Those people are from high school. Yeah, we graduated high school 20 years ago. Why am I talking about somebody from 20 years ago?
how's that helping me in the present or the future? That's what made me recognize, like, there are a lot of people out here who are stuck in the past, for lack of a better term, going over Al Bundy syndrome. Yeah, you know, when I was in Polk High, I scored 4 different touchdowns. I know for young cats, that's going over your head, but I looked at my demographic, and it's around my age, so y'all get it. Al Bundy, Polk High, talking about 4 touchdowns you scored in high school. Yo, bro, you a 50-year-old man. You talking about high school? I'm 40. So, dude, I'm talking with was 40 like me. Matter of fact, he's older than me. He's 41. He was reminiscing about the past. So my thing is, of course you're gonna be in the present because this is where life is. But if you're spending that much time thinking about your past, how much focus are you putting on your future? As opposed to somebody who's foretelling, like myself. When I first arrived in this country, first time I came here, one of the first thoughts that I thought to myself was, yo, I could live here. This is about 5 years ago that I had this thought, because it's 5 years ago before I first landed here. 5 years later, or 5 years into the future, I have an apartment here. Foretelling. I was telling my present self what was going to happen in the future, as opposed to thinking, wherever I've been, this is a nice place, but whatever places in the past have I been to that's compared to this, and I don't care about the past. I take my lessons, I throw it in my satchel, and I keep it moving. Keep it moving. Stop reminiscing and start foretelling. Yo, by this time, when I say foretelling, you don't have to tell the next person. The only person that matters, that should matter to you, the person in the mirror. Me, myself, and I. I foretell to me, myself, and I.
Yo, these are the plans. All right, boom, we're gonna go over here. All right, so what we gotta do? All right, boom. All right, let's make this move right here. Make it right here. Pause. All right, go 50 miles per hour. Then stop. And then, all right, skirt. Do a donut. Yeah. We gotta do some wild things to get to where we need to get to.
You can't focus on the past and the future and be present. No, you can't do that. Again, you cannot think about the past and the future and still be present. Pick one. Gary said 50% of your focus is on the present, like we're here right now. What's the rest of your focus on? Don't put it on the past, because you can't do both. You gotta pick. I would suggest live life live, man. And to continue living life live, give yourself the alley-oop. Set yourself up for the best life that you have. And the way you can do that is setting up your future self. So bottom line is, take control of your mind. Stop allowing other people to think for you. Plan your future. Anything that occurring to you in the present is because you didn't set yourself up for the present. That being said, again, appreciate y'all for joining me. Yo, live your life, man. That's all I can say, man. Yay!
Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.